What's up YouTube? LadyRock12 here, and today I'm coming at you guys with another deck profile, and this is Raccoons. It's so good right now because no deck can really out it, and its boss monster is absolutely ridiculous, and it kind of relies on your opponent to kill themselves. But the build that I run runs a pretty nasty fusion card combo. But I'm gonna get right into the deck profile. Shout out to my friend Rob for holding the camera for me. But I'm gonna get right into the deck profile. That's you start off with 3 Baby Raccoon Pompoko. Some people cut Pompoko to 2, but I still like it at 3 because whenever it's normal summon, you can set a level 2 beast from your deck, and usually that target is Baby Raccoon Tantan. And Tantan's effect is when he's flip summoned, you can special summon 1 level 2 beast from your deck. So Tantan's excellent in the deck, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But also for Baby Raccoon Pompoko, sometimes we'll go into this. Your 3 copies of Nimble Mamanga. Nimble Mamanga is so good in the deck because whenever it's in sort of a battle, you special summon up to 2 more from your deck and gain 1,000 life points. So you can set this, and usually people think it's a bluff for Tantan, and they'll just swing over it. And then next up is this is the card you go into with Tantan the most. This is Kalantosa, Mystical Beast of the Forest. When it's summoned by the effect of a beast monster, you can pop 1 card on the field. So that's absolutely crazy with Tantan's effect, and then you go straight into your boss. And then next up for my one-ofs, I run 1 Sea Koala. I like Sea Koala better than Tree Otter because I feel like it's a better card overall. If you control another beast, you can lower the attack of opponent's monster to 0. So yeah. And next up is 1 Elephant. Elephant's a tuner. Its effect doesn't go off very much, but it's a tuner, and that's what's good. And then next is 1 Key Mouse. Key Mouse works excellent in the play where I can go Naturia Exterio first turn as long as I open Obedient Schooled and Hexil Fusion. But next up is, it's also level 1 tuner, so pretty cool. And then next up is 2 Junk Synchron. Junk Synchron's awesome in the deck because he goes into Junk Warrior with 5,000 attack, you know, and things like that. Or he can go into your Armades. It's just a good card. And then next up is a card I don't see a lot of people running in their Raccoons, but it works very well, and that's Obelisk Tormentor. If you open this in Obedient Schooled, you can first turn Obelisk to Tormentor, and he's dead sometimes in hand, but he's still a very good card, especially when he hits the field. 4,000 attack, that's just crazy. And then next up for the 3 monsters that are probably the most uncommon in the deck, and that's 3 the Earth Hexil Fusion. The reason why is because this card can go into Naturia Exterio very, very easily, as long as you have a Beast or Barkion on the field. So basically, Obedient School gets you a Exterio as long as you have Hexil Fusion in your hand or on the field. But that's it for the monster lineup. And now we're going to jump into the spells. I run very few spells in the deck, starting off with the most important, and that's 3 Obedient Schooled. This is what makes the deck relevant. You activate Obedient Schooled, special summon your 3 level 2 or lower beasts. Usually you're going to go into 2 level 2s and Key Mouse, and then go into your beast. Or you can go into 3 level 2s with a level 2 beast in hand and go into 2 Sandayu. And then next up is triple MST. Triple MST is important because, you know, we don't have Heavy Storm anymore, and this is pretty much all the removal the deck has for back row, minus Exterio, a Beast, and Barkion. But 3 is very good. I wouldn't cut it to 2 in this deck because back row can hurt you very, very badly. Things like Fiendish Chain, stuff like that, it just really cripples you. Next up is 1 Forbidden Lance. 1 Forbidden Lance is enough because most of the things you're going to go into protects themselves anyway, and you have Beast, Barkion, and Exterio to stop spell and traps, so you don't really have to worry about it. Next up is 1 Book of Moon. This is the last spell in the deck, and I chose to run Book of Moon over Dark Hole because I feel like overall Book of Moon is a better card. Because not only can Book of Moon stop Synchro XZ plays, it can stop attacks, it can stop you know, even something like fusions, if that's even a thing anymore, it can stop your ritual plays and stuff like that. But also, you know, it can be used on your monsters as well with your Baby Raccoon Tantan. And that's it for the spell lineup. Very small. And the trap lineup's kind of, you know, it's kind of big, but it's not huge. For the trap lineup, you start off the trap lineup with 2 Fiendish Chains. There's quite a few 2-ofs in the traps. You start off with 2 Fiendish Chain. 2 Fiendish Chain is important because there's so many cards that, you know, monster cards that can be summoned that decks rely on. An example would be something like Girjas. They absolutely rely on their Girja armors to get their plays off. And another example would be something like High Priestess of Prophecy. Fiendish Chain shuts that down. Bujins, when you can hit Yamato with Fiendish Chain, but most of the time you won't be able to do that. But moving into the next card, it's 2 Black Horn of Heaven. 2 Black Horn of Heaven is absolutely ridiculous because the negation, you know. We don't have Solemn Judgment anymore, so all you have pretty much for negation is Solemn Warning and Black Horn of Heaven. And Black Horn of Heaven is just, it's too good, you know. And when your opponent devotes a lot of resources to a special summon and you Black Horn it, they're at a huge disadvantage. Next up is 2 Mirror Force. It punishes bad players. That's all you gotta say about it. Next up is 2 Threatening Roar. If you set a Tantan and go Threatening Roar, you're fine. Or if you summon upon Poco, then set a Tantan and activate Threatening Roar, you're fine. You know, and then you're on your 4 staples: 1 Compulse, 1 Torrential, 1 Bottomless, and 1 Solemn Warning. That's it for the main deck. It is 40 cards exactly, and I wouldn't push it up or lower it. And then moving on to the extra deck, obviously you're on your 3 boss monsters, Run, Raccoon, Sandayu. This is what makes the deck so good. Sandayu's effect is once per turn you can detach 1 to special summon a Kagemusha Raccoon token, and it's level 1, and its attack is question mark, defense 0, and its attack becomes equal to the highest attack monster on the board. So if you or your opponent has a high attack monster on board, this card becomes very live. And then after that, you know, he can't be destroyed as long as another beast is on the field, which works excellent with Exterio and Beast. Next up is some 1-ofs for level 2s. You're on 1 Daigusto Phoenix and 1 Gachi Gachi Gentetsu. That's it for the Xyz monsters. And those last 2 are pretty self-explanatory: Daigusto Phoenix for OTKs and Gachi Gachi for protection. Now moving into the Synchro monsters, you run 1 Stardust Dragon. It's not very easy to pull off, but it can be done in the deck. And so I feel like it's necessary because Stardust Dragon is still a good card. And then next is 1 Naturia Barkion. Naturia Barkion stops traps, and he also works with Hexil Fusion. Pretty easy to go into with Elephun, so it's just a good card. Next is Gravity Warrior. I feel like I needed a generic 6, and this card fit the bill perfectly. Next is 1 Naturia Beast. Same thing as Barkion, except he stops spells and goes in Exterio. And then Armades, because he's Armades. And then 1 TG Hyper Librarian. You know, them draws are ridiculous in the deck. And last but not least, for your OTK plays are Junk Warrior. He gets so big. You know, you summon a 2000 attack token, and then you go into Junk Warrior. Junk Warrior is automatically going to be a 4300 permanently. Next up is 1 Armory Arm. It's good for the Tantan plays because if you don't have any other resources, you can flip Tantan, special summon Elephant, go into Armory Arm, and protect something. And then next up is the you know, the card that people don't run, but I feel like it deserves more credit in this deck because of the Hexil Fusion Earth. And that's 2 Naturia Exterio. If you go this card with some protection from monsters, you should win because it stops all spell and traps as long as you banish 1 and mill 1. So you never run out of food for it, as long as you start with 1 engraved, and you know, it's just good. And then lastly, you know, you gotta have your tokens. I don't have the Kagemusha Raccoon tokens, but I wish I did. But yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, remember, always leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more videos like this. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. You know, things I should add, things I should take out, and things like that. And as always, this is the D-Rock 12 signing off.